So you messed up. You clicked on the Comicast and you got the Comicast. But here we are, TNTMTheShow presents Comicast 308 with your Captain America host,
Pablo Gunner.
And I'm JD, and we did not plan this. We totally didn't plan this.
No, we did not. I wake up like this.
Oh, yeah. It's natural. We're going to be here to review the comics for the week of the 18th of October.
Yeah, absolutely. Halloween month. I love it. I love it so much.
And we had the Santa Fe Comic-Con this past weekend. I was unable to attend due to my work. However, this nice gentleman right here was able to attend, and he got to speak with a bunch of you guys and get some footage, get some audio clips.
It's some trivia.
A little bit of trivia.
A little trivia.
Yeah. I even got to speak with some of my coworkers, and all in all, it looks like they had a great time.
It was fun. It was fun.
Yeah, we're here to talk about comics. We're going to talk a little nerdy to you about, what's going on and, everything we can. I mean, what do we got to talk about other than Santa Fe Comic-Con and Stranger Things? Stranger Things 2 comes out on Friday. I can't wait.
There's other stuff, too. Like, there's the Stephen King, what is it, like 1922 or something like that, I think it's called.
Yeah.
That looks pretty interesting. There's another Stephen King movie that my wife and I started watching the beginning of. Gerald's Game. That was pretty interesting. It's just one of those movies where the locale is in one spot the whole movie, so
it's like Saw.
You might want to take breaks or something. I don't know. But anyways, yeah.
The iPhone 10 goes on pre-order on Friday.
Okay.
So if people wanted to drop a ton of money, can pre-order it on Friday.
The same shows we have, like Gifted, we have Inhumans. I think people are warming up to Inhumans.
I'm actually warming up to Inhumans myself.
I am too. Gifted, I think, was so high that it's just keeping that same high bar. Rebels, I loved it because it started with Sabine, the Mandalorian. So that was really, really cool. So I'm slowly getting caught up on that. And, we have also Toonami is I think it's the tournament right now.
The Universe 6 and 7. Probably.
Yeah, 6 and 7 tournament. Yeah. That's what's going on the Toonami, the dubbed.
The dubbed Dragon Ball Super.
The legit. So I think that's what's going on with that one so far. I might be a little bit behind, so I'm not exactly sure.
Huge gaming news today. KOTOR is now available on Xbox and is backwards compatible, and I think you can also get it off of the store.
Do you have to buy? You have to buy it, right?
One way or another, yeah.
Or you have to have the disc.
Yeah.
So you can use your old Xbox disc. It was on Xbox?
Yeah.
Okay. And so I have that. I can't wait to see how it looks.
It's gonna be sweet
because I love.
That's one
of my top favorite games. That's one of the games I should have given away for the
free video game
for the subs video.
Oh yeah.
So, but anyways, it's whatever. It's fine.
But yeah.
I think that's pretty much it.
You want to talk about the con for a few minutes? I mean,
it was a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun?
It was a lot of fun. It was a lot busier this year than it was last year. Yeah. Even Friday, I was like, wow, there's twice as many people here today, where even the celebs, there was quite a few celebs. I feel like last year there was 2 celebs. There was Sorbo and there was Flash Gordon.
And Flair. Wasn't Ric Flair there on Friday?
No.
Yeah, I know Kevin Sorbo was there on Friday last year. I know that Flash Gordon was there on Friday last year.
But that's all I remember. I'm sure there was more, but there was not that I noticed.
Rex Brown wasn't there, but Dave Ellefson from Megadeth was there last year on Friday. I don't know how many musical guests were there this year. I know
I don't think there was really any.
Somebody for the Butcher Babies as well.
I know they do for Albuquerque, but not for Santa Fe. So, but yeah, Skull was there. Marina Sirtis was there for a little bit. Lito was there, and I lost my crap with Lito. I was so awkward, dude. I fangirled over her so bad. I was like, you're amazing, and I watched you back in the day with the Hardy Boys, and you're so awesome. And I'm gonna shut up and I'm gonna leave now. I was professional first because I was telling all the celebs hey, I'm gonna be filming this hallway, just so you know, FYI. Here's my press pass and stuff like that. So we did get a legitimate press badge. It was the Pink Power Ranger.
Oh, nice.
So it was pretty cool. So that was nice. I did have to bring my own lanyard. It was funny because one of the ladies, one of the handlers was like, "Oh, you need to have that press pass on you. Do you have a lanyard or?" And I was like, "No, I don't. I didn't. I should have, because I know they usually don't have them." So they do some of them. They have the National Guard ones, but then they run out pretty quick. But anyways,
this last year.
But anyway, so she was like, "Well, do you have like a safety pin or like a piece of tape?" And I was like, "If I see a Rocket Raccoon, I'll ask him if he has a piece of tape, because if anybody has tape, it's going to be Rocket." She did not. I don't know if she didn't get the joke or she didn't find it amusing, but regardless.
She probably hadn't watched the movie.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's Guardians too. You got to see it. So yeah, that's how it, but the next day, and I tried to hook up the whole crew with lanyards and stuff and everything like that. It was a good deal. We had a good variety of people, and the way we did things was a different experience, because I don't think I've ever run like specifically with Tone Bone and Gigi, and I don't know, it's fun because when we have Gigi, our photographer, there, she takes the photos, and so when she goes, because in past I've gone like, "Hey, we're gonna film. You do your photograph thing. So you go do your photograph thing, and we're gonna go do our filming thing."
It's mainly me filming, mostly,
right? And but this time there was only a few of us. We didn't have a big group, so I was like, you know what, just stay with us. And so I jumped in a lot of the photos, and that was fun. That was a lot of fun to like jump in photos with people that she took with people and stuff. Like she would do her photos, and then I would jump in, or I would jump in and then I would jump out, and stuff. So it was a lot of fun. We did some cosplay interviews. We did some interviews. We got a couple of the voice actors from Five Nights Fingered at Freddy's. Or is it Five Guys Fingers at Five Guys Fingered at Five Guys at Freddy's for Five Nights? I don't know. No, I'm just kidding. It is Five Nights at Freddy's sister location. So now it's the sequel.
Yeah, it's the one with the girl fox.
So this one you can move around, and like it sounds freaking amazing. And dude, there was a lot of kids that cosplayed as the Five Nights at Freddy's. In fact, there was one, and he was like the purple one, and he was sitting there with a bowl of candy. We thought it was fake, and then like he started getting up and like reaching at us. It was. I wish I would have gotten it on film. It was terrible. I just feel weird about filming people's kids.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like if you're a girl, it's okay to be like, "Hey, can I take a picture of your kid, or can we film your kid?" But if it's a dude, it's like really, it seems
awkward.
pervy. Yeah. So I don't want to end up on the pedo list. So anyways, yeah, but it was a lot of fun. So we got a decent amount of everything, just random moments of us just doing random crap. I feel like we didn't get as much as we did last year, because of time constraints, just getting there late and stuff like that. But life
does happen.
Finds a way.
Life has, yeah.
So
life finds a way.
Stop.
What is that? He's got that awkward
It's terrifying.
laugh.
No, yeah. So anyways,
so keep an eye out on the website, the Facebook, everywhere we have it. We're going to be posting the Santa Fe Comic-Con stuff as soon as we can.
Yeah, keep on watching our prep video, because I think we're gonna start doing like special giveaways just if we hit so many views for certain videos. And because our recent video that our prep video for SFCC is doing great, so I'm gonna compare the numbers to other videos, and if it's doing a lot better once we hit a certain number, I think I'm gonna start doing giveaways just for views, yeah, for anybody. So anyways, you ready to get in the comments?
Yeah, let's start talking about some comments.
So did we say that like we have our grade scale?
We haven't said anything.
And so it's buy, skim, pass. We like to make it more complicated though and say strong buy, weak buy.
Strong skim, weak skim.
We mostly do the best of the best books here though.
So we really don't have skims
or passes that much, unless it's a number one, or it's just like a guest issue, or it's a one shot, something like that.
But then we have runners up and contenders for our best book of the week.
Right, we'll say this is a contender.
The number one contender.
Yeah, so we'll say that throughout, and then at the end, that's how you know, hey, this thing is could be runner up, it could be B-Bow. B-Bow is
the back in the bag of the week, where we take that pristine bag and board and slide the comic in and hope it collects value. Put it in a nice box.
I don't give those away at the cons.
No.
I don't. But I give all the other ones away.
Yeah.
So, but anyways, yeah, and we have a timer, don't we?
Yeah, we know
we have a
like
timer.
A 2-minute timer for both of us, 1 minute for one of us. And typically there's a tone, the wrap it up tone.
Yes. I called Apple today and they said the new iOS, that's the problem, is the tones don't work, and I'm just gonna have to deal with it.
Unless
I got an iPhone 8. But I'm gonna use this for now. It probably won't work for the rest of the video, but this is what I'm gonna use for now.
Tell us what the tone is.
It's one of those where like it's right there. You know what I mean? I like the songs. Well, I don't know. It's weird when there's.
I like the band.
I love it.
I've been following the band since the 7th Trumpet, man.
Yeah, me too. And it's great to hear their
progression,
yeah, and their
and
different
evolution,
right, and how they've changed.
And miss the drummer, man. That drummer was sick.
Dude, the newest album though, it sounds like he's back. It's crazy. So yeah.
He can't be back because he's kind of.
Shout out to the Red. It's Halloween, man. It's Halloween. You never know. Stuff could happen.
Yeah. That's something we have to discuss at some point in time, because I don't know about you, but I've had some weird paranormal stuff happen to me throughout my ventures across the United States.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
Cool.
So, anyway, we're going to get into the comics for the
week. Yeah,
week.
let's get into this stuff.
We
get distracted.
Yeah, talking about spooky stuff. All right. So what you got up first? You got some Cable.
I got Cable. Did you read Cable?
I did not.
It's $150 now.
So it went from like 4 or 5 to $150.
I got this little neat lenticular cover that it's the New Mutants, and it changes to the Cable one. It's pretty solid.
What it is the lenticular cover for the original appearance for Cable?
Yes.
So I can't remember what issue it was. So
87.
Okay.
87. So anyways, Ed Brisson is the writer. John Malin is the artist. Jesus Abortov is the colorist. So this one's just me. I'm the lone hunter on this one.
You're the lone hunter, buddy.
Okay, there we go. So starts in New Orleans 13 years ago. We have Cable, we have Longshot, and they're going about doing stuff together.
They're doing stuff. They're being Cable and Longshot.
They're doing stuff together. And so he's getting this team together. Yeah, he's getting essentially he is actually getting like
it looks like the X-Force.
Yeah, it's like New Mutants it's like a New Mutants team sort of. He's getting together this ragtag group. He said Shatterstar, Dupe, and stuff. And then who is this other chick? Just like this weird group. I have no idea where they are. I feel like if you're an old school reader, you're going to enjoy it because it's total throwback to that. But I was not really into that back then. So
you really didn't read the X-Force.
It's not for me. So like the art is total throwback, and I love that. I love the art style for that. Nope, not working. So anyways, so I like the art, and it seems really interesting. It's just also one of those things where it's like, it is essentially him with his own team.
Yeah.
So it's not Cable,
It's Cable and the X-Force.
It's essentially that. So it's not bad. Like I said, the art, not super great, but like I said, it's not bad. I'm going to give this one, this one's tough because like I said, it didn't really... And it's not. And I read my books right away, and we were recording this way
like a week later.
So that's also makes it more difficult. So, anyways, yeah, it's not all that memorable. I'm gonna go with a strong skim.
Ooh, wow, jeez!
I'm gonna go with the strong.
I haven't heard that ever. I don't think.
Here's visual code. Tell me what you think. I think it's F for
Fabian.
But it might be an E for Echo. I don't know. C for Cable. M for Machine. I think it's 8. H for Hotel. A for Alpha. X for X-Ray. Z for Zach. N. I think it's an N for Nova, T for Tomahawk, I believe. Another F. I think it's torn off, messed up. So I'm sorry. For Frank, and then I think it's P for Punisher, but I'm not quite sure. So it might be something else. Okay.
All right. So wow, strong skim.
It happens, dude.
Yeah.
Now
you got some Generation Gone.
Generation Gone number 4. This one's $3.99. It's published by Image. We have the creative team is Les Cott, and I think it's Andre Lima Orojo. I think that's what it is. And then O'Halloran, Cowles, Muller, and Kay. So yeah, she just got the news. This guy was just like, "Hey, I love you," and she's like, "Yeah, I don't have feelings for you." And he's like, "But I've been like waiting," and she's like, "I don't owe you anything. Like, you guys are just so stupid." And so she just goes off and she jets, like literally jets. She goes to find Nick, the guy that's being a royal douche, because he's going to this nuclear plant to go F stuff up, which is the worst that it could be, and that's what they expected. And so this helicopter finds them, catches up with them. He launches this rock into it, kills the pilot. She's like, "I'm fed up with your bull, Nick." She hits him, and then he gives her a straight up pile driver. It made me really, really like kind of queasy in the stomach, because call me old fashioned. I don't, I get the whole equality thing, but I still cannot get down with violence against women in any form. Like, I get it. Like, even if she hits you first, type of thing, like whatever. But at the same time, like just seeing it just makes me really uncomfortable. But this dude that gave him this virus that changed them, he's like, "Oh yeah, you can be different. I understand you, And he's like, "Oh yeah, do you understand this?" And he like just tears him in half. Or not in half, but he tears him a new one. So really interesting, really good, but it's becoming very difficult to. It's kind of becoming difficult to read because there's a lot of off-putting things in it.
Yeah.
Like like they're putting things in there that are valid and real, but it's just it's making me uncomfortable, and there's nobody to root for too. Like even this chick, it's like she's the one I root for the most, but yet like I don't know. It's
odd.
Yeah.
So what are you gonna grade?
It's not bad, but it's not great.
It's not something you would want to get on.
So it's teetering on that weak buy area for me. So you know what I'm gonna go with?
Buy.
I'm gonna go with weak buy.
You're gonna go with a weak buy.
I'm sorry. I'm being harsh this week.
Oh well, it's what it is. All right, next up we got some soups. What number is it?
33.
Soups number 33. Peter J. Tomasi and then Patrick Gleason are the writers. Dub Mankey.
I want this one to go the original lettering.
Is the penciler.
Numbering. Sorry.
Jaime Mendoza is the inker. Will Quintana is the colorist. Rob Lee is the letterer. There we go. And so we have the prophet first saying that he sees everything and nothing. That's about it.
We do see what's her name?
That's
Granny
Goodness.
Granny Goodness. She looks fierce, dude. Like this art is freaking amazing.
There's Calabac there too.
It's weird because it's like when you look at it, nothing's going on, but it looks phenomenal. Yeah. So it's just one of those things where you're like, it's not a waste, but it almost feels like a waste, because it's like there's there's not a lot of substance there for like, okay, why?
But we have Superman and Lex Luthor kind of stopping a crime. And
yes, they team up.
And he uses the mother box, whatnot, and then takes the credit and everything. And then the mother box kind of goes a little goofy on him. It's probably the best way to put it, and creates a boom tube. And the Lex bots kind of hunt him down after Superman ignores the call. And it's really weird because then him and Jonathan destroy these Lex boxes and Lex bots, and a mother box transports the three of them, Lois, Jonathan, and Superman, all to Apocalypse.
To different places in Apocalypse, so they're separated now.
They're hosed.
Yeah, it's pretty scary. I can't imagine what it's like being like a kid and being separated from your parents in this horrible
and seeing
horrifying world.
What was his name? The Keymaster. In the Gatekeeper, Victor.
Even Lois too. I mean, I feel like even Superman probably.
Hey, where my people's at?
Is afraid, in this place.
Oh, so, yeah. Dude, this art was amazing.
The art was absolutely spectacular. I don't know. I feel like there's some way it could have been slightly executed a little bit better. Just a little bit better.
The paneling that's the problem as opposed to the art.
So,
that's what I feel, at least.
Because I felt like there just was not as much substance, even though there was phenomenal art. I don't know, like I said, I don't know exactly what it was, but it was slightly off. So I feel like it's still strong buy, but not for me, not quite a contender.
It's not a contender, no. I feel it's the paneling that's the issue as opposed to the art, because it looks great, it's well written, it's got a great plot moving forward.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting.
It's just. It just doesn't. Something about the look doesn't feel right. So again, it's not the art. So I'm just gonna take it up with the paneling.
Yeah. Cool.
All right. Next up, we got some Phasma. Captain Phasma #1.
Journey to Star Wars: The Last Jedi. Star Wars Captain Phasma. I just call it Star Wars Captain Phasma or just Captain Phasma when I put it up on the website.
On the list.
It's simpler that way. And it's #4. Kelly Thompson is the writer. Marco Cecchetto is the artist. Andres Mosa colorist. VC's Clayton Coles is the letterer.
All right. And we have Phasma going into the arena of battle and just kind of...
the belly of the beast.
Yeah, murking as many
people as she can. But the backup has showed up.
Yep.
So now she gets to use them as a distraction while she goes to hunt down...
this traitor.
This traitorous filth. And he's like, "Oh my God, I'm so happy to see you." And then she's like, "Own up to your crimes." And he's like, "What crimes?" And then he figures it out, and he's like, "Oh, you mean your crimes?" Yeah. "No, I'm not owning up to that." And she's like, "All right, fine." And she just takes him out. Peace. And the thing is, the pilot that was with her, though, she told her to send her away and, hey, keep an eye out. But she was actually watching. So she's like, and the thing is, she doesn't know that she was watching. Maybe she does. I don't know. No. You're not sure. But regardless, she's like, you're a loose end, and you might know things that you're not supposed to know. So I'm going to deal with you. And that's what she does. And then she goes back to...
and destroys the droid and then kills the pilot. And she goes back into the finalizer, I guess.
And then submits her report and then also gives it to...
Hux. Is it Hux?
Yeah, it is General Hux, right?
Yeah.
Is it General?
He's a ginger.
Okay. Yeah, he's also from Harry Potter. He's the...
he's one of the Weasley brothers.
Yeah. Well, I think...
Charlie or Bill or... yeah, he's Bill.
Aren't they the same? Because they're twins, right?
No, it's not the twins. It's the older brother. It's the one that rode the dragons and stuff.
Whatever. Though. You know who it is.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and he's like, well, in your own words, what happened? I think he's
suspicious.
He's suspicious, but he's kind of like, whatever.
Whatever, who cares?
Yeah, we're all evil here.
Yeah.
Evil.
So, all in all, I mean, the series as an all, it would be great in trade.
Yeah, it's great in trade. I feel it feels a little dragged out.
Here and there.
In issues. And I feel like this is also one where, like, amazing art, but sometimes I feel like...
it's a little too dark.
It's just like, it's just there to be there. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, oh, it's just there to show you some awesome, amazing stuff, but there's not really more. Once again, like I need a little more. Yeah, a little more substance.
So I'm going to give it a buy.
But,
not a strong buy, but a buy.
It looks amazing, and I thought it was a great conclusion. I'm giving it a strong buy.
If it was a trade, if I had read the 4 parts in trade, it would be strong.
Oh,
it would be ultimate buy, back and bag, the trade.
It would be trade of the month. I think, for at that point, because we do like trade of the week. I need to put a new one up actually. I have it written up. Hey, come on.
You've been busy with the con.
Yeah. Hey, take it easy. So anyways, here's a digital code. Tell us what you think.
Some Star Wars stuff. So I'll do the digital code, and I'll see if I can pull some Star Wars stuff. So F for Falcon, C for Chewbacca, M for Mace, C for Chewbacca, B for Bespin. Yeah, I was gonna say the Boba Fett, but K for Kyber. Yes. T for Tatooine. U for Ugnaught. 7. S for Sarlacc. There, that's the word I was looking for. 3. And Q for Quinlan. Yeah.
Boom. He killed it. I love this guy. I love that nerd knowledge. It makes me moist. Did you read Go Go Power Rangers?
I did not.
Number 4? That's all right.
I really need to pick up a series.
So I got Go Go Power Rangers number 4 by Boom Studios, written by Ryan Parrott, illustrated by Dan Mora, colors by Raul Angulo, letters by Ed Dukeshire. And yeah, so I didn't think about, I don't know why I didn't realize this before, but this is actually like a spin-off from the movie versions. Like, I don't know why I didn't connect those dots this whole time, but oh, that makes sense why it's like current and stuff like that. But anyways, yeah, there's this girl, and it's 4 months before arrival day. She's having dinner with the parents. I think it might be Kimberly because their parents are arguing. I think this is like before they got divorced or separated or whatever. I think divorced. And then she's still having issues because her boyfriend or friend or whatever, their friend, he got hurt, and so she's about to morph. Black Power Ranger shows up to help out, and so then, but the thing is, the team's still split. Like one of the guys, Jason, he's stuck, with the teachers and stuff like that in this one place, and he can't sneak out. Rita does have, like embiggens the thing. But it's weird though, because this Rita doesn't look like the movie Rita though. So it's kind of like a mashup almost. So it gets big, and then it sucks the electricity from this power plant to make it more powerful. And they're like, what if we destroy the power plant? It takes away its power, source, but it also turns the light out. So then now we can get the full team to help us. And the way they illustrate the Zords coming together just looks wicked as hell. It's also cool to see the Zords like fighting separately. Individually. Yeah, I love seeing that stuff. And
it's because we hardly ever saw it in the TV show. I mean, how many times did you see the Zord tank before it morphs into the Megazord?
Yeah, and see like the different powers that each one has and stuff like that.
Maybe once, maybe.
Right. It wasn't, yeah. So yeah, I love it. It's great, dude. It's phenomenal. Whether you like the new movie or you like the old one, I think it's for both viewers.
Go ahead and give your grade on this, because I have to tell you something about the movie that I found out.
Strong by contending.
All right. So what I found out was that Saban was doing their trademark updates and whatnot. They did not update the trademark for the Power Rangers movie, like whatsoever. So if they do another Power Rangers movie, they'll either have to create a brand new logo, Power Rangers ZO, whatever you want to call it, or they're just not going to continue with the movie saga anymore.
I don't think they are, unfortunately.
So who knows?
I wish I would have asked. I could have asked
Amy,
but
she wouldn't know.
She was busy. Yeah, she probably wouldn't. She probably wouldn't know.
She's like, that's above my pay grade.
She was like, I just show up when they call me for
cameos.
Yeah. But anyways.
Peter Porker of the Sportacular Spider-Ham.
Spork. You got this one, number 5? Right on. Writer is Chip Zdarsky, artist Adam Kubert, color artist Jody Belair.
The letterer is Travis Lanham.
We have the Vulture, and he's like, I'm going to blow this place up if you don't tell me where this person is or whatever. Yeah. And I love the sister, not sister. She like Teresa takes one of the web shooters and hangs on, gets Vulture and is hanging on for dear life and stuff. And she even saves Mason, right?
Yeah, Phineas Mason or whatever, the Tinker's brother.
Right. And I love this moment too because of the rubble. The building did blow up. He helped Uatu get out, this kid, not the Watcher. and he gets stuck under the rubble in this moment where he just bursts out of the rubble. That was such an epic moment.
Yes.
It was really cool. Similar to other moments, not quite as powerful, but still pretty awesome. And then he does have a throwdown with Vulture, and he is lit. Like he is pissed off. And he's also like really getting tired of this situation of like,
I love Aunt May's ringtone.
oh yeah, that was
Pretty
great.
woman walking down the street.
And then he calls this guy Mason. He's like, hey, can my friend stay with you? And his name's Ben.
Yeah.
You know, and it was like, and then even Jameson comes to Peter, and he's like, hey, I need to set up
he's been meeting
with Peter with Spider-Man, and he's like, I don't know.
That's not gonna happen. And he's like, oh, and then they sit down and actually talk.
And then there's a little thing about the Gray Blade, which is one of the like secret segments.
The Shield replacement, I guess.
It's not Shield replacement, but they're part of Shield. Now that Shield's not a thing, they're still going on and doing their own thing, which is like the darker stuff, and they don't they have no hindrances, and they're like, all right, we're gonna go after Peter Parker.
We're gonna go and give him some nice bracelets.
The art was so amazing in this issue, dude. It looks so good.
So classic.
And you know what? I felt like we got a lot more Peter, which is what I've been wanting in this one.
I love the Peter too,
I do love the Peter. I really do. It was really nice, dude. I really like this issue a lot. Vulture was well done. Oh, even the Flash Thompson, Betty Brant stuff was really good too. Good
character development because he's talking about Venom, how he was Venom, how he's not Venom, and so forth and so on.
Yeah. So, but yeah.
And he's pretty bummed about not being Venom, too.
Who wouldn't be?
I mean, of course, he had easier time to walk at that point.
Yeah, especially, yeah. So, strong buy and contender.
Yeah, I'll agree. I'll second that.
So,
Okay.
Okay. All right. I will. Now we are on to Hombre de Agua, Aquaman number 29.
I hear he talks to fish.
He communicates. He controls them. It's like mind telepathy. He controls them with his mind. Oh. He's powerful. Like that.
The zombie fish.
That would be cool.
That'd be awesome.
So yeah, we have Dan Abnett's story. Damn it, I know he posted a thing of how to pronounce his name too, and I forgot it. Stepan Sejic is art, color, and cover. Steve Wands, S. Wands as lettering. And Volko and this gal who are looking for an artifact to help with the resistance is they are running from this ghost who's protecting, and he finally figures out who it is, and then they're communicating, and he's like, oh, well, I don't know the other names. And he's like, oh, it's fine. I know. The ghost is like, oh, I remember you. Well, I remember all these people. You know, it's fine. So they're going through, but then you see Mira and Tempest, and they're fighting these like magicians and stuff like that, and stuff. And oh man, I don't know what it is, dude. This girl is just so
attractive,
so cute. You know, Dolph, right? Dolphin, and she's communicating to Aquaman and stuff, just like saying how he should be. It's like, hey, just be like Superman. He's not he's not like taking over worlds and stuff. Like he could, but he's not. And it's like, just be our hero. That's it.
Yeah.
That's all. And the rest will fall into place, type of thing. So, and then and they find the most important relic for the hombre, right?
The trident.
And then it seems that they're one of the guys that betrayed him has kind of been part of it this whole time in his own way. He's been playing it close to the chest, though. Pretty awesome. Pretty amazing. If you know the thing, I'm gonna save this one because this is one of the few DC codes.
Yeah.
So that's what I do. But if we don't get any, I'm only gonna keep 2. From now on, I'm only keeping whatever ends up as, I think, B-Bow material.
Probably.
And runner up. That's only what I'm gonna do. But this one,
Hombre de Agua, strong body contender.
Yes, always. This creative team is phenomenal.
All right. Next up, you got some Bitch Planet.
Triple feature, number 5.
Bitch!
We have Everyone's Grandma is a Little Bit Feminist by Matt Fraction and Elsa Charretier. with colors by Nick Felardi. Mirror Mirror by John Sue and Saskia Gutkunst. Basic Bitch by Basie Nyambi, Young Nyambi, and Chris Visions. Yeah, so we have, okay, first, everyone's grandma. So it is this guy and this gal, and it's Christmas time, and they're going to visit the parents of the girlfriend, right? He's Jewish, so they're like, oh yeah, you make good money, and yeah, I think he's like a doctor or something like that. But there's a lot of like offhanded like Jewish humor, and just like a lot of like sexist humor, of course, too, where he's like, come on, honey, go get me a drink, and like the grandma is like giving attitude, giving sass the whole time.
She's gonna give you the Sheeny curse.
And so they're like, come on, grandma, just they keep on shoving her off and stuff, and then they end up throwing her in prison. They end up sending her to the bitch planet. Then this one, it's weird. This one actually goes into a different part, which is these two guys that are going for the exact same role for like a karate movie. There's a blonde guy, there's an Asian guy.
So they're trying out for the Power Rangers?
And no, because it's just one guy role, you know? And so they're going for the same part, and they're like, they even tell the Asian guy, could you do like an accent? But they have no qualms with the blonde-haired, blue-eyed guy, you know? And he ends up getting the part.
You don't have to have an Asian accent.
They end up giving the part to him and having the other guy as the backup, and not backup, but as the stunt guy, but he's actually more talented. So that's what you see for that one. And then for this one, for Basic Bitch, you see a lot of that going on. You know, once again, more like females talking about like enhancements and stuff. And it goes into the race stuff too. Like, so this chick, she's like, oh yeah, I got a black girl booty. And she's like, oh, and she's dark naturally, right? And she's like, oh, I'm going to contend with that. So she gets like a skin, you know, like darkened and stuff. Yeah. And so the police pull her over, and it was messed up because like before they let her go before when she was white, and then now that she's black, they are not, you know.
That's racist.
So yeah, it's phenomenal.
It's always is a great book.
It's phenomenal. The back content not as good, but decent.
I picked it up too, but I just didn't get a chance to read it. So
a lot of books, man. There's a lot of books this week.
Yeah.
So solid stuff. They all look great. They're all really interesting. They all hit different aspects of our own world, more so than I feel even this bitch planet, but also the bitch planet as well. So yeah, good high quality stuff. Strong by contender.
Absolutely. Not only is a really good book. All right, next up you have some Generation 6.
Les Generation X, number 7. Writer Christina Strain, artist Eric Coda, colors Felipe Sobriero, letter Clayton Coles. So this was, you know, I had qualms in the last one about Quentin Quire, and I feel like they were all pretty, not silenced, but they were handled pretty well in this. The plan goes through where they have this guy, and his name, he goes by Morph, and he can morph like based on like who he's near, like, and stuff like that. And so
stuff. He's the guy from the X-Men animated series.
No, because he doesn't sound like him. He doesn't joke like him. It's not the same.
Okay, so
which is unfortunate.
He's got the same abilities as him.
Yes, okay. That's it. And so, but yeah, there's all these villains at this place. Cade Kilgore figures it out though, and he is ruining their plan. But in the end, they end up figuring out a way. So, and it was really cool. I liked how it went. It was a good like second part to this. And then there's also some stuff going on with Jubilee and Jono and stuff like that. And yeah, it also seems like that one of these guys is interested in one of the other guys. So,
and it's not Iceman.
Or it might be like a love triangle. I don't know.
It's not like Iceman.
I'm not sure. So yeah, strong buy. Not quite a contender.
Okay. What could have made it better?
I wish there was more variety, you know, like, because I like all of the Gen X characters, and this one was mostly just the ones that I like the least, you know, even though it did make all of them more, and it's more character work and more character development, so that was done well. I like that. So yeah, So that's why it's a strong buy, but not quite a contender. Here's the digital code. A for Alpha, E for Echo, H for Hotel, W for Wilson, 1, G for George, Q for Quill, U for Ultron, Q for Quill, 8, R for Richter.
All right. Next up, we have some metal. We have Batman, The Drowned. All righty. So this is titled The Rime of the Ancient Mariner. And I will get into that title here in just a second because I'm not sure if he knows about The Rime of the Ancient Mariner or not. But Dan Abnett is the writer. Philip Tan and Tyler Hercom is the artist. Dean White and Era
Prianto.
Yeah, Prianto is the colors. And Tom Napolitano,
maybe? It's a hard one.
He's the letterer. Okay, look, before we get started again, let me go into The Rime of the Ancient Mariner. Okay, The Rime of the Ancient Mariner is an old, sing-song type thing. It's an old story.
Okay.
It includes the whole water everywhere, but not a drop to drink. And it's basically about a guy that's lost at sea, and he ends up just going completely bonkers because he's dying of dehydration. He's surrounded by water, and if he drinks it, it's going to just make him dehydrated because it's salt water.
Right.
And that's kind of what this title's about. And there are kind of similarities between the two stories. I mean, let's just say, yeah. Anyway, so we're picking up with one of the negative Earths here. I think it's negative Earth 11. Is that right? Something like that. With Bryce Wayne, who is female, and her lover, who is
Steve
Kyle.
Yeah,
something like that. Anyway, he gets killed by a meta. Well, she goes out and murks the killer. Then it starts murking all the meta humans in the entire area, and we get flashes of this between the current time because she's already in our universe or in Earth Prime or Earth Zero or whatever. So we get flashes of this, and then after she kills all the metas in her area, the Atlanteans come out. And they're like, "Oh yeah, we want peace. How?" She's like, "No, I'm not gonna buy it. You're feigning peace, and then you're just gonna turn your back on us and kill us all whenever we're just not expecting it."
It's a female Aquaman.
Yeah. So she goes off and she ends up like modifying herself and ends up making it where she's better than the Atlanteans and kills all of them. Kills them. And then she sets up a beacon, and anybody that comes to that beacon has safe refuge, but on the terms that they become part of her army. And then that's pretty much it. She ends up coming up to our universe and tries to kill Mara
and Aquaman.
And evidently she's got more control over the water than Mara does. So Mara is a controller of the water, but the drowned is the water. That's probably the best analogy. So yeah.
I thought it was very confusing. I mean, the art is amazing in this, but
fantastic.
It is confusing. Yeah, she has these crazy powers, and I'm just like, okay, so you're drowning your own world.
Mm-hmm.
I was very confused on this lover and the past and all that other business. That stuff was very confusing to me too.
She had all this trauma happen to her, and because her parents evidently died, and then her lover died, and then she's got to protect her city, and then protect everybody else, and then she just goes completely, let's just go ahead and say, back crap crazy. Yeah.
And it is, and it's one of those things that almost seems like, as they say, cookie cutter, in the sense that like they all follow a same style, and then they end the same. What is it, Barbados, or is it that, or is that somebody else?
Barbados is the big bad, not the man who laughs.
Okay,
the man who laughs is the Batman that looks like the Joker.
Yes. Okay, so the man who laughs shows up at the end of each one and says, "Join me, and we're gonna go
mess some stuff up."
Yeah, wreck all the other worlds. And I really want to see someone that goes, "Screw you! I'm my own person. Like, why do I need to join up with you? Why should I fight him? Because these are bat people. They don't like following lead. They're best as one-man wolf packs. They prefer to be that way. So why are they joining up with this guy? Like, besides just going, let's go F stuff up elsewhere. Okay, so what? Like, I want
What
them.
do they have to gain out of this?
Yes, what do they have to gain? I also want to see them like fight for power. Maybe we'll see that. Maybe that'll be the fall of them. I don't know. But I want to see someone that will go up against him and then just show his power. Why is he the one that seems to be in charge of recruiting these people instead of like he needs to like put these people in their place? Otherwise, I don't feel like it's justified, sort of. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm gonna give this a strong buy contender because I love the art. I love the story. It did take me a couple of times to read through it and to go, hey, this is really what's happening, which is why I went and took the lead on telling the story. Because he told me that he didn't quite get it and couldn't quite follow it. So I mean, it is very confusing. It is very weirdly written. But like I said, I did read it like 2 or 3 times to be able to go through. Oh, okay, this is what's going on.
It looks magnificent. That confusion, though, I don't like. And I think it's partially because of the way that it's structured. It jumps around quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
But also there's other ways that I feel like the story, the past, and everything, it could have been told better because I'm still pretty lost and really kind of don't care.
So we have 3 left.
Whereas, like, the Green Lantern one, I was like, that's legit.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that was completely It's weird because it's like, no matter how many times we've seen Martha and
Thomas
Wayne die, it's still a powerful moment every time. So I feel like you could still capitalize on it, each time, or at least show the death of the lover. I don't know. So, but yeah. So I'm gonna give it a buy.
Okay. So we do have 3 left. We have the Wonder Woman one, we have the Superman one, and then we have the Man That Laughs. What are you excited about?
The man that I don't know. The new one looks really awesome. In fact, I've already.
What is the new one?
Some of it. The Wonder Woman one.
The Wonder Woman. I haven't even looked at it yet.
But it's like this jacked, monstrous beast.
Is Amazonian male.
So yeah.
Specimen.
But anyways, no, I think the one though probably is going to be the Man Who Laughs.
Yeah, the Man Who Laughs is who I'm
the most
really
interesting. Yeah. I don't know if it's gonna be this, but yeah. So it's time for commercial break. So why don't you listen to a word from one of our sponsors, Age of Comics. You want to get back to books?
Well, dude, speaking of Age of Comics, we had some advertisements we did quite some long time ago. We definitely need to get to work on those and get them up and running so we can just throw them on the video here. That'd be sweet.
Yeah, I'll have to change the address.
Yeah.
Because I think you told us the old address.
Yeah.
In that video. That's what I thought of it too. Yeah.
Yeah, no worries. But still, it was a great bit. I mean, we can just edit it out, no big deal, or just have a texting here.
Yeah, I'll do some audio.
Yeah.
ADR, as they say.
So yeah, we got some more comics going on.
Some Super Sons number 9.
Pretty cool. It's the conclusion to our Altered Earth.
The Planet of the Capes Part 4. It's a madhouse. Creative team: Peter J. Tomasi on story words, Jorge Jimenez and Carmine Di Gian Domenico as the artists, Alejandro Sanchez and Ivan Plasencia as colorists, Rabelais as letterer.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're battling, they're fighting, and they're like, oh, even these things are not real, but they're still fighting for them.
And then the planet's like alive and tries to eat them.
This guy does help them though. That's from this other universe, and he's like, yeah, I've made a terrible mistake, and so he helps them, and they find a way out to fight this thing and defeat this thing. It's pretty epic. It's just the epic conclusion.
Yeah. It's pretty much what it is. I mean, it's just, literally that's what all it is a conclusion. I mean, it's some great action. The portal opens and then they're trying to kill the thing. And the dude calls him, "Silence, man-child!" He's, "I'm not man-child. I'm Superboy."
So, and then, and they're just, the girls go do their thing. They're all They all end up doing it. I feel like the end is legitimately the best though, because like they had this whole thing happen, and then they just have to go back to like their mundane lives, and then he's like the pancakes and stuff, and they're just like you know, but you know you see this other world and stuff, and how they what is the word?
How they pay homage to these two young heroes that inspired them.
How they inspired them. Yes, indeed. So, yeah, it was a nice little conclusion there. I feel like though, because it was the way it's done though, on its own, it doesn't stand as strong, but like as a whole, it definitely does.
And then the next issue is entitled HQO, which I'm guessing is our Harley Quinn thing. I guess.
I don't know.
Well, it's HQO. I mean, who else has got HQ in their freaking name in the DC universe?
I don't know. So yeah, it's pretty solid. I think it's a strong buy, but not a contender. I mean, it looks phenomenal. It's a great conclusion, but on its own, it just does not.
It would make great work in a trade.
Stand all that well. And here's digital code: DC for Detective Comics 317, M for Mike, J for Jones, K for Kill 257, M for Mike, T for Thomas.
All right, next up you got some Guardians of the Galaxy.
The Galaxy. Number 12.
Number 12.
Writer is Jerry Dugan, Gary Dugan. Artist Rod Reyes. Co-lettering Cory Petit. So we have the crew here, and they went to El Doctor, the Doctor Strange, and they do go to like the soul or astral plane or something, and he's like, yeah, I think you're onto something here. They even talk to who they think is Cable, but not actually Cable, okay? And they even, they go to DP even because they're looking for the Infinity Stone and an Infinity Stone on Earth. Ant-Man shows up and he's like, hey, I want to get out of here. I screwed up, And they're like, hey, you fit in perfect. Yeah, you can come with us, I guess, even though they kind of don't want to. And then in the end, he's like, yeah, this is too heavy for me. Screw this. I'm out of here. Oh, they have a Man Thing and stuff. Man, this art is just phenomenal. And he shows them like all these different alternate universes that are looking for, that are also looking for the Infinity Stones, gems, and stuff. And yeah. So, it kind of felt like filler. Definitely felt like a filler issue. It was interesting, but at the same time, it was really just filler.
Yeah, because we as the audience and the readers know who's got this Infinity Stone, because Loki sent some ice giants out of it in the Legacy comic, and we found out that the Logan cut out of his nice
Logan-san,
young Logan-san, not old Logan-san.
Not young. That's a different. No, that's I don't know. No, that's not Logan. That's
James. Just
Jimmy James, Jim.
But anyway, he currently has possession of this Infinity Stone.
But the original, the legit, right?
Wolverine.
The Wolverine, yeah, not the old man Logan, not yeah.
So we'll see how this plans out.
So it's filler. I'm gonna give it. I don't know, because I feel like you don't need it overall, but at the same time, it's not like it's a weak buy. Here's digital code.
All right, so let's see what I can do here. R for Richter, T for Thunderbird, N for Nova, S for
Sam.
Nah, it's got to be something to Marvel.
Sam Alexander, yeah.
Hey, okay, Sam. Yeah, there we go. 5. P for Peter. V for
Victor Creed.
Victor, yep. G for
Guardians.
C for
Cable.
Cable, yeah. Geez, man, I'm getting horrible at this. V for Victor. W for Wilson, and the number 9.
The number 9. We have Batman number 33.
It's on the last page.
It is Tom King as the writer.
Joel Jones is the pencils, inks, and cover. Jordi Belair is the cover and interior cover colors.
Colors.
Clayton Cole says the letters. This is a simple.
So this seems like it's in the future because it's Batman. He's wearing a trench coat. You know, he even has goggles. It seems like almost like a steampunk Batman.
They're Nightmare Batman.
They're
from Batman v Superman.
Yeah, they're on horses. They're in this desert.
Him and
Selina's there, yeah, with him. And I was like, this seems like a future thing. And then Alfred's talking to the Bat family and is like, you guys screwed up. This is what I have to tell you this. And you guys screwed up. And I love how Damien's like, it's my fault. I'm Robin. Robin's supposed to make him
happy,
you know, brighter and stuff like that. And you find out what he's actually doing.
It's like, yeah. Bruce is marrying Selina, and he's going into this other country.
So I think is he married to Talia? I think he's married, and so he's trying to get the divorce.
I don't think
he can marry Selina.
I think it's out of respect because she is the daughter of a demon.
Out of respect, really?
I mean, yeah, that's what I would think is out of respect.
I don't know.
She is the daughter of a demon, and you know. And they may be married in the eyes of the demon or the League of Assassins or League of Shadows, whatever the hell they're called in this series. So they may be married in that point. But yeah, he's going to go talk to DX and say, hey, X, I'm getting married, and this is the chick right here. And I don't think she's going to take that too well, man. I think she's going to finger to the throat means death, you know. I think we know what Roz is like. So we got this jealous chick right here.
What do they call it? Hath no fury like a woman scorned.
Hell hath no fury like a woman scorned. And Talia is about to get scorned.
So
strong buy contender for me, man.
Without a doubt. It looks magnificent. I love the way it plays out because you're like, oh, and then it has a lighthearted stuff too. So it's a very good balance.
And the league gets called in.
Yes.
So keep that in mind.
He's doing a no-no.
He's in a place where he doesn't need to be. He's causing a ruckus. Got a ruckus.
Now we have Champions 13. It is Mark Waid as the writer.
Humberto Ramos is the penciler. Victor Olazaba is the inker. And Edgar Delgado is the colorist. And Clayton Coles is the letterer. There we go.
So, yeah, we have the all-new Hulk and the Hercules, and they're fighting this, like, giant, like, Minotaur creature. There's all these buildings that are vibrating, and they're shattering, and there's people in them. So they're continuing this thing. Vision helps with one of them, but he's solar-powered, so he, like, expels a lot of energy doing it. And then even Thor, like, she's trying to help too. And, we just have, like, both teams, the
champions and the Avengers
teaming up. Viv, she has to figure out a different way. They're like, oh, just do what your dad did. And it's like, oh, it's a different building. We have to do something different. They realize that it may have something to do with this object, though. And so now they're going into this object to figure out what's going on with it.
And it's got something to do with the High Evolutionary.
Yes.
I mean, we still have yet to see the High Evolutionary in this run, but that's what the big cow guy said.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the short and simple of it.
So it's just more of these two teams clashing, but working together while they're, or clashing while they're working together. They do have the intro as the outro in the end. I feel like this one kind of worked fine, you know? It is weird, though, because it's like an Avengers and a Champions book.
Yeah, and then the next part's going to be in the Avengers, which is going to be next week, I think?
I don't know. Right. But yeah, it's solid. Yeah. It's a solid book. I feel like some of the art is a little wonky, especially like with the Avengers characters. Some like Falcon looks weird.
Yeah, it just feels kind of odd.
Just some parts look a little rushed more than others. That's all. I think that's what it is. So
strong buy, not a contender.
Yeah, it's very close. Very close, but not quite. So yeah, Here's the digital code. C for Familia, C for M, or C for Carlos, M for Marcos, H for Hector, W for Huerita, I for Ignacio, P for Pedro, R for Rigoberto, A for Alamos, 7, H for Hector, 0.
Alrighty. Next up, we have some gold. I like a gold. Dude, I need to get a sound clip of that, man. It'd be great.
Yeah, we do.
Like, I like a gold.
Do it. Get it on the phone. X-Men Gold number 14.
It's the Mojo World Part 3, written by Mark Guggenheim, who's an excellent writer on no matter what he's at. Mark Laming is the artist. Rain Barredo is the colorist, and Corey Petit is the letterer. And again, this is the Mojoverse, so everybody's in the other scenarios, whatnot. So we have Fatal Attractions with Team 1, which is Prestige, Cyclops, Kitty Pryde, and now including Longshot.
Yes, against Magneto. And this team has never dealt with this situation, so they
none of
don't
them
know how
are
it
part
was
of the
dealt
team
before.
with Fatal
So
Attractions.
I love that. So that's great. And then their suits get changed to like the more classic 90s, and I love it, dude. I love it. Like, and I love how different it looks too. Like, even the art seems to make a change there. It's so weird seeing young Psych
as 90s Psych.
Yeah, 90s Psych and that, and even Prestige as
it's Jean Grey.
Yeah, and it's like they're not pulling any punches in this, and I love that how they're like they are wrecking people without hesitation. Like Iceman gets blasted,
and then they get turned into the extinction agenda. So they're in Genosha.
Yeah, and man, those movies are so gross. Those Mojo movies are just nasty, but it's so great. And then even seeing this, like, oh yeah, and then this Jean Grey and this Goblin Queen, together, is freaking crazy. Oh, and then they do the moment
the Avengers versus X-Men.
Avengers versus X-Men. That one's freaking crazy because we all know that's when Psych
goes and kills Xavier.
Right. Even though that suit is freaking sick, all those suits are awesome. It's really like it's a really soft spot for Psych because it's like I killed my own mentor.
And then in the end, one of the teams that was in the demon, the Infernos goes to the Savage Land, but their villains are kind of an amalgamation of everything. Like they have to worry about the Four Horsemen, a Phoenix empowered Sentinel. Looks like Strife is there. The Brood. I mean, what the heck, man?
Yeah, it's epic, dude. I'm loving it because they're stepping it up in every way and just making it like a convoluted, awesome mess.
And Psych also does let it slip earlier in the comic that he has been working with Magneto.
Yes, and so Prestige is not Prestige. Was it Prestige? Yeah, Prestige.
Prestige is like, man, how can you be working with this jerk, man? So, dude, strong by contender for me. I'm loving this Mojo arc, man. Loving it. Because it brings back everything from my generation of the X-Men. So my knowledge and my history feel actually relevant here. So I love it, man. Strong by contender, like I said.
Strong by contender for sure.
Plays on that nostalgic heavily.
I want to hold on to this, but like I said, depends on what we have.
Depends on what we have.
I might end up giving it away.
Yeah. You have some Arrow.
I have Green Arrow number 33. So we've had this crossover thing going on with other people. Not really crossover, but guest appearance.
It's been metal tie-ins lately.
The one previously, yeah, it was, I think. And so this one, same. It's Benjamin Percy. I think Jamal Campbell is the artist. And then, he's finally getting back to Seattle, or is it Star City? Oh yeah, it's Star City now. And he's back with Amico and Black Canary, and that's the first thing he does is he has a one-on-one with the Black Canary.
So he has a wrestling match with her.
So yeah, something like that. It was very nice, very nice. And we also see Amico's mom. There's like she's fighting some ninjas and stuff in some of the Ninth Circle, one of the guys, and then her mom is showing up, and she's like torturing this person and stuff, and then they're also like, oh hey, so we need to get you we need to go to trial, but their one resource, which would be the easiest way, is the one woman who they said he killed is alive, but they don't want to use her because they don't want to put her life at risk or traumatize her more than she already is. So they're like, we need to do this with that. And I'm like, I'm sorry, but that's stupid. That is the dumbest, like, such an easy solution to make this whole thing go away. She's alive. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have to have her go in front of a court. You don't have to do all of that. You just prove that she's alive. And that's it.
Did you walk away?
And then, there's the family reunion. So, yeah. I like it. It looks phenomenal. But like I said, there's certain aspects where you're like, that's stupid.
So probably a strong buy, but not a contender.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Next up, you have some Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles
Universe number 15. This one's $4.99. Continuing the same ones as before with writers Eric Burnham, with Sophie Campbell, artist Sophie Campbell, colorist Brittany Peer, and yeah, we have what's her name? The daughter of Shredder. Karai. We have Karai, and she got this sword, and this other chick, the daughter of this Yakuza guy has told her what's going on, sided with her, and she's like, oh, since I told you, we're even. And she's like, no, we're not. And she grabs this gun and shoots her in the arm, and she's like, now we're even. She's like, she just shot her in the arm. Hey, you shot me in the arm. I'm shooting you in the arm. Now we're even. So yeah, she takes out the dad. She wants to take over the whole Yakuza. That's the plan, and that's what they do. They wreck them. They have a meeting, and she's like, all right, anybody that doesn't want to fall in line, finger to throat means death. So yeah, and then there's this other second part that's just Sophie Campbell doing it, and so it's Koya's journey through this thing that was controlling her, and now she's like back on the path. She wants vengeance.
So what do you think? I mean, you're always saying Turtles are a strong buy contender every time. I mean, it's next to impossible to come across a Turtles book that's not good.
Yeah, it's phenomenal.
So strong buy contender?
Yeah. This next book is Spider-Gwen number 25, Gwenum Part 1. I thought last one, but whatever.
It's towards the end.
So it's the same. Jason Latour is the writer. Javier Rodriguez.
So the interior and cover art are done by Javier Rodriguez.
And then Rico Renzi is
the color artist. And Clayton Coles is the letterer.
So she goes to Hell's Kitchen, and she goes where all these villains are, this bar, and she's like, I want this information. Tell me where
Matt's at.
I'm
going to bust his face in the red glasses.
So I don't think they really know her. If they know anything, it's not much, but she messes them up.
She's just she's kicking them, man. I mean, she's probably fighting that symbiote, trying not to let them kill, whatever, but man, she is straight kicking their butt.
I will say, like, he was pretty cool. She does mess up Rhino, and
her and Frank getting to have some words.
Yes. And yeah, so I feel like this one is a lot better than the last issue. Not just the way that it was done, but also the way that it looks. It's still not as good as.
Oh, we still don't like the
I still don't like the design. I feel like it's slowly getting better, and I hope that there is a mashup, because she's even said like something about music. We are at the same tone or something like that. Like that's why it works, between her and Venom to a certain degree. How she's able to keep that balance. She doesn't seem to be going over too much, just a little, but not too much. Yeah. So it's interesting. This one's better. We'll see how it goes. I'm willing to keep on reading. Even though I don't entirely like the design, maybe it'll change to something that is better. So, I'm going to give it. Like, I feel like the story is a strong buy, and even the visuals for the most part are good. It's just
something's just not there.
That outfit, it just
It breaks the monotony. It breaks the whole character thing. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of this.
So I think with those things,
It's getting
it's a
there.
buy. It's a buy. It ends up
I'm
being a
gonna
buy.
give it a weak buy, to tell you the truth.
Oh dang.
Because I don't like this Venom suit. I mean, I think I've seen so many better cosplayers with Venom than this piece of junk. I mean, it's a horrible design. I mean, it could have been so much better. So
yeah, here's the digital code. F for Familia, C for Carlos, M for Marcos, P for Pedro, Q for Quintana, M for Marcos, 4-2, and for Novela, 2, Z for Zorro, M for Marcos.
All right, next up we have some Green Lanterns, number
33.
33. This is work release written by Tim Seeley, pencils by Eduardo Plasencia,
Pansica,
excuse me, and inks by Julio Ferreira, and the colors by Alex
Solazo,
and letters by Dave Sharp.
or is it Soyazo? Anyways, so yeah, this is cool. You have the two riding off together. She's seeing her shrink, and her shrink's like, "You should get a job," and then they'll essentially the same thing on his end.
Yeah,
where they're like, "You need to get a job," instead of just tinkering with this this engine. You need to contribute. And they go to this planet where it's falling apart, but there's like these mole people, and they refuse to live because they worship the planet or something like that, or the sun. I don't know. And they're like, well, how do we help people that refuse to be helped?
We die.
And then the Abin Sur's people come to help, and the mother and daughter of their place, and they're like, yeah, we want to help, and then something bad happens to them. So yeah, it's pretty intense. It's pretty emotional, especially because you see like this girl's like, she's a musician, right?
Yep.
It's pretty grotesque. It's pretty graphic, actually.
Welcome me to the shore. You won't help me open the door. And it's like, yeah, weird. She's kind of singing.
Stick to the day job.
Dude, I can't. That's because I'm actually trying to be horrible, because that's I think how this happens, because I think these lyrics are pretty
bad. So yeah, art was phenomenal, though. I will say, like, the art is absolutely spectacular and wonderful. I mean, even the story is done really, really well. This is quite a conundrum they're in, and I'm wondering how it's going to affect things in the future. Like, is this going to go dark because of this? It's like, you volunteered for this, you know?
Are they going to get jobs?
Are they going to get jobs? So,
I mean,
yeah.
Why can't they just go, oh, green?
Green?
Green Lantern. You know, they got Green Lantern rings. They can make money.
Oh, I see. Yeah. I don't. Constructs are not real.
People don't know that for only a couple of seconds.
I don't know. So yeah, strong buy.
Contender for me.
I feel like it's a contender, yeah.
Yep. Always good.
Now I have Descender issue 25, Rise of the Robots. Jeff Lemire is the writer, and we have Dustin Nguyen, I think is pronounced, as the illustrator, letter, and designed by Steve Wands. So yeah, this little robot, he's shot like Dr. Kwan and stuff. So Telsa's dealing with him. And then also this girl who like sold the other crew up the river. She's like, oh, we're going to help them. And she's like, do you have a plan? And she's like, well, yeah, they can't imprison you and you're going with us. And they're like, no. And he's like, okay, deal's off then, screw you. And they're like, okay, fine. So that's what's going on with that. They do find a way to track this little boy robot and stuff. And oh man, the art is just absolutely stunning in this issue. There's some phenomenal paneling. I mean, for the most part, it sticks to the like a classic style, but then there's times where it does things different, and it's just absolutely magnificent. So yeah, it's a crazy journey and everything like that. I will say though, it is definitely better in trade. It's weird. It fluctuates back and forth. Like, oh, is this better in trade? Is this better in issue? Sometimes it's better in issue. Sometimes it's better in trade. But I think overall, better in trade. Easier to follow. So yeah. It looks phenomenal. It's a great issue. It's moving the story along really well, but I'm going to have to say better in trade. So, yeah, it's still a strong buy.
I had to pull it out, man.
Okay. So now it is.
We have Hombre de what's iron?
I don't know what iron is. I forget.
I keep forgetting too.
It's $5.93.
It's the female.
Huh?
Fe iron, you know.
Oh yeah.
Fe and then male, Iron Man, you know, female.
They did make a joke about that in the past.
Yeah.
But anyways, so creative team is Brian Michael Bendis is the writer, artist Stefano Caselli and Alex Maleev, color artist Marta Gracia and Alex Maleev, Clayton Cole's his letterer. And so this one is like
Tony's gone.
This is a great jumping on point because it really, you have Friday and she's explaining the whole situation of what's been going on, and then it leads up to
Stark Expo,
yeah, and it's the mom doing it. She gets emotional, but she pulls through. She's a rock star, so she knows how to play the crowd in multiple ways. And then this guy that is like part of the board, he's like, "Oh, we're taking it away from you because you don't
know what the hell you're doing.
Neither of you don't know what you're doing together. Like you're a supermodel, and then she's a rock star or ex-rock star, washed-up rock star. So whatever." Then we have Victor Von Doom and the prisoners that he, turned in have gotten out. And it's really crazy because Ben Grimm just completely trashes him, and Victor does nothing to him.
Yeah.
And he's just he just disappears, and you're like, and he's like, that's not how I expected that to happen, But yeah. And so they just explain everything that's been going on. Then somebody comes out of this thing elsewhere and gets into his retro armor. You don't know who it is or anything like that, which leads to the next issue where it's like who's wearing the armor. I love the retro armor. It's my favorite of all time.
And this person that got out of the tank or whatnot has no hair. I mean,
yeah,
he's completely bald, has no eyebrows, no facial hair,
no leg hair, no pubes, he's no butt hair, no back hair, no nipple hair. I don't know about nose hair. It looks like there's no nose hair. You can see in the nostrils a little bit. I don't even think he has eyebrows, so hairless completely. So it could be Tony. We don't know. I don't know. We don't know.
It could be the Absorbing Man for all we freaking know.
Yeah. But yeah, this one's phenomenal. Great jumping on point, and it's done really well.
I love it.
Really interesting. I'm giving it a strong buy and a contender.
I'm giving it a strong buy contender as well. I thought it was great. Good storytelling. This is definitely a good jumping on point because I jumped on. I was like, ooh, shiny. I can jump on here. And so
it's a great cover too. Great cover.
The lenticular cover is great.
So this one's going to be hard to read because this is a messed up cover. I mean, the code is messed up, but I think it's F for Familia. It might be a P. I'm not sure. C for Carlos and for Marcos. H for Hector. I think it's a V for Villanueva, but it might be a Y. I think another V. 7. I for Ignacio. K for Kill. Then these next ones are very difficult to read off. I think it's a 2, but it might be a Z. And then I think it might be a 2 or a 5, and then a 0 or a Q. I think it's a Q for Quintana. So, sorry.
Next up, we have some Duke.
Nightwing,
number 31.
31.
Tim Seeley's the writer. Miguel Mendoza is the penciler. Mendonca is the penciler. Diana Egier, whatever her name is.
And Chris Sotomayor as colors. Then Carlos M. Mangual as letterers. So this one's crazy, man, because Raptor publicly attacks
Desmond,
who is
Blockbuster,
and he makes him Blockbuster out in front of this group of kids. So now everybody knows who he is and what he is. And then him and
Orca, the Orca crew.
I mean Nightwing and
the Huntress.
And Huntress, they take down the Orca crew, and
Dude, I love where freaking Dick grabs the hermit crabs and just whoops the hell out of one of them. He just uses
on both sides of the head.
It's like, oh, dude, they're hermit crabs. So, I mean, it's going to hurt really bad.
Yeah.
But isn't that animal abuse?
I felt bad for the hermit crabs, yeah. So, yeah, I'm loving this romance, but she's fed up with it because she's like, you put me at risk. You left me vulnerable, and I refuse to be. So now she's ghosted him, and
she kicks him in the gut, punches him in the face, and then walks away.
And then Tracer, she goes to find out that somebody else is working. Her old partner is working with
Raptor.
El Raptor. And then
Dick goes back to work at the casino.
And gets a visit from an old friend.
Yeah.
An old buddy.
Or
a past friend, not old, but
past friend.
Yeah, past.
And let's just spoil it, man. It's Raptor. He just doesn't wear the mask. He's just not wearing the mask. You can tell it's him. It's just like it's Batman as Bruce Wayne. Because he's not wearing the mask.
I didn't know.
You didn't know Batman was Bruce Wayne?
No, I didn't know. Yeah, I didn't know that. I didn't know that. So yeah, no, it was phenomenal. Yeah. Strong by contender.
Strong by contender for me. I loved it. All right.
I have Luke Cage. This is number 166. This is also awesome lenticular cover. It is David F. Walker as the writer, Guillermo Sana as the artist, Marcio Meniz as the colorist, Joe Sabino as letterer. So he decides to take a road trip back to New York from New Orleans. So he's going through Mississippi, northern Mississippi. Police officer pulls him over. He shows off his card, and they're like, hey, you've been speeding. This guy says, like, hey, I think we're going to have a problem. He stops by a diner. Waitress talks to him and is like, hey, something's going wrong. Like, here's my family, but I feel like my memories and mind has been altered. Then the SWAT team shows up. They attack him without, anything. He fights them, of course, because he's him. And they gas him in some Hulk gas, so it takes him down. Then some other guy with some twirly mustache style messes with him and messes with his mind. And then he ends up in prison, and they're like, oh, this is your home. Because he's like not remembering everything. Same thing. His mind has been messed with. He's in prison. And yeah.
And then he's dressed up classically.
No.
Oh, he's not?
No, he's not.
Oh, that's the intro.
That's the intro at the outro. They tell his backstory, which also this one worked. This one worked fine because it's a return to
classic.
Like classic because he's back in prison. Yeah. So it was done really well. I like it a lot, and I'm really interested to see where this goes because I think it's one of those things where like it sucks for him, but I think he's meant to be here to fix whatever this situation is here.
So what'd you give it?
I think it's a strong buy and a contender. I like the artist change and just the way this goes. We have some racial themes, but we also have, some other things going on. We have some prison, all that stuff. Yeah. So I like it a lot. Strong buy contender. Here's digital code. F for Familia, C for Carlos, and for Marcos, U for Uganda, Z for Zora, X for
Xavier,
yeah. N for Novella, 5-7, A for Alamos, 6-7.
And I picked up The Incredible Hulk number 709. This is written by Greg Pak. Penciler is Greg Land. Jake Linston is the inker. Frank D'Armata is the colorist, and Corey Petit is the letterer. And hold on, because the credits were at the very end. I have to go back to the very beginning, unfortunately. I know. So we have, Amadeus out in space, whatnot, and he gets the distress call to go back to Sakaar, and he goes through the wormhole and lands on Sakaar, and he finds out that he's vulnerable, can be bled and whatnot. And then I guess some of the warbound are like, hey, we need to get rid of the warlord, and they're like, yeah, we're going to go for the gauntlet. And they make him some armor, and he starts kicking some tail, and it's pretty cool. I mean, this is the first time we've seen Amadeus be vulnerable, but he lets loose. He lets the Hulk out, and that can prove problematic because the Hulk is a warrior and Amadeus is not so much. So when Amadeus lets go, traumatic things can happen because yeah, it's pretty good. It's not like fantastic, but they do call him the World Breaker. So we'll see how this goes. Strong by Contender. It's a great issue. If you're wanting to start on this this comic book, this is a great jumping on point.
Okay, I'll have to check it out for sure. I skimmed it and was still like, I don't know. It looks good, but I don't know.
Yeah.
So now that you gave me the word, I will definitely have to check it out.
Alrighty. And now it's time to announce our B-Bows and runners up. We got a pretty decent stack.
Yeah,
there.
Decent stack. I feel like I was a little harsh this week, but I'm fairly so. Yeah, so a lot of good stuff. Lots of good stuff here.
I'm gonna flat out tell you my runner-up. My runner-up is Peter Porker, the Sportacular Spider-Man or Spider-Ham. That's my runner-up. I thought it was a really good book. I really enjoyed it, and it's pretty solid for me. However, my B-Bow is going to be The Drowned. The Drowned was amazing for me. I thought it was great. Granted, I did have to read it 3 times in order to get it and say, hey, this is great. I like this story. I like where this went. And it's completely different from anything we ever saw. But this is my B-Bow. So, yeah, The Drowned.
The Drowned.
Oh, that X-Men Gold was pretty beast, man. I'm really excited for the next X-Men Blue.
I feel like this is another week where my runner-up and my B-Bow are on par with each other, you know? So it's very tough because like I said, I got my Peter in this, but this is just total throwback, and they're giving it a switcheroo, and the art, I'm gonna have to give it to this one just because the art has a slight edge. Because
it pulls from so many different eras.
Because they change, and it looks legitimately different. And it just tugs on so many things. So runner up, Peter Parker, number 5. X-Men Gold, number 14, is my B-Bow. So I'm going to be holding on to those codes right there. But since nobody has answered, as far as I know, for the code, I mean for the song, actually, yeah, someone did answer it, and so I'm gonna go ahead and give this Aquaman away, but one of those, the X-Men is gonna be going to them. It was actually gold. It's actually gold, but they said blue, whatever. Yeah. So here's the digital code for Aquaman Hombre de Agua for whoever wants to get it. Okay. We have DC for Detective Comics 317, 7 B for Bane, S for Superman, C for Callus, I don't know. 9 X for X-Ray, T for Tank, and 7.
All right. And that kind of does it for this week, I guess, you know?
That does, yeah, that's it. That's it for this week. Thank you for watching. Tell us what you thought of this week's books, what your B-Bow was, and everything like that.
Keep us up on all the media, you know, TNTMTheShow, pretty much everywhere on social media.
Yeah, we're gonna, keep on. I'm slowly getting the footage back from Duke City, so from Mason. So I'll slowly start putting that out, as well as editing some stuff that Slagey and I have been working on together, and then other projects. Of course, the footage from Santa Fe Comic Con. So keep an eye out for that stuff at all things TNT and the show.
Yeah.
Talk nerdy to me.
Talk nerdy to me.
We'll talk nerdy to you.
And keep your eyes hungry for
Comics.